I'm poor, you're poor, we all scream because we're poor. Ah! In an effort to save a little money, I once again have gone onto the Nintendo Switch eShop in order to see what kind of games I can purchase for not but $2. And it turns out there's just so much that you can buy for a measly $2. Join me once again as I show you the games I found for $2. $2 American dollars. Worth less every single day. Let's see what I found. The first game I managed to dig up for $2 on the Switch is called Overlanders. Overlanders delivers the futuristic competitive racing experience of your dreams. Invite your friends and tear up the tracks together. That's what it says. Overlanders initially came out in 2019, and it is available on the Switch as well as, I assume, on other platforms, because the Switch version runs like a game that shouldn't run on the Switch that they had to make look a lot worse to make it run on the Switch. Wow. This game doesn't look as good as the screenshots led me to believe. Look at those pixels. All right, maybe it looks good in motion. The first thing I wanted to do when playing Overlanders, after I got my feet wet, is I wanted to go and try and play it online because I figured that would give me the quickest taste of what the highest level play is. You know, I like to get my ass kicked. I kind of want to jump right into multiplayer and see if anyone's playing online. I think that sounds interesting. Because I doubt anybody... Oh, am I not a member of Nintendo Switch? Oh, God. Well, unfortunately, it turned out that going online in this game was a terrible idea for two reasons. Number one, I forgot my internet has really high latency because it's 5G in-home Wi-Fi. Do not judge me. It's the best option I have. But also because I was trying to play Overlanders online, and nobody else was trying to play Overlanders online. So I went over to the single-player campaign instead. And we're gonna play the campaign. See, this is how I like a racing campaign to be, though, right? Look at this. This is like, do you remember a Star Wars Pod Racer? You start with a race, and then it just says get top 3, and you can go to the next one. Get top 3, and you can go to the next one. And it just gradually gets harder and harder and harder. And that's it. That's all I want. The campaign in this game is very simple, which I like a lot. It reminds me of an old game I played as a youth called Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Because the way it's laid out is just you play a race, and if you get top 3, you get the next race. And if you get top 3, you get the next race. And the races just get harder and harder and harder. And I like that. Oh, you can, branching paths, and you could do whatever you want. And play it however you want. No, I make enough decisions in my day-to-day life. Sometimes I just want to do the thing correctly. I want there to be a correct way to do it, and I have to do it that way. He's on my tail. Oh no! Oh crap. I'm not gonna get second place in the very easy race. I'm not gonna do that to myself or my fans. And yet here I am doing it. Boom. First place. Absolutely smashed Bradley, Sophia, Brooklyn, and John. But it makes sense because those are all of the third graders at my local elementary school. I invited them over. Say hi, Bradley. Hi. The rest of them don't talk. Bradley's the only one with a personality. Ain't that right, Bradley? No. Thanks. Please do not report me to Child Protective Services. Bradley is a very happy boy. So, most of what you do in this game is racing, and racing is fun. It's inherently, racing games are inherently fun, but at some point in the campaign, it introduces these other types of races that I don't remember what they're called, but I'm going to call them monster races. What the heck is this? The race ends when the monster dies. Pick up weapons and boosts. You can have 2 pickups. Okay, sure. Is that the monster? Oh my god, that's the monster. So what do I gotta shoot him? Yeah, it's weird. It's a really, there's so much wrong with the game that makes the game not fun, right? But the monster race thing is especially interesting because because it's like they're just doing a thing differently to do it. It would be like if there was a racing mode where it was like, oh, this is a racing mode that while you're doing it, there are 2 dogs breeding. Never mind. So I have to stay in first this whole time. And then once every 90 seconds, I pick up a rocket item, and then I fire it, and it homes in on him, and his health goes down. Fire a rocket every 90 seconds. We're slightly over halfway, but I've gone around this track probably 10 times now. Wait, and look at this. If I stop, he stops. So it's not even like I can catch him and run into him. Will the beast run into me if I stand on the track here? Take your bets now. You got to make your own fun here, okay? Oh my god, he's coming. Oh my god. Ah! Oh. Man, didn't even do nothing. That is so and look at this. Look, now it doesn't even, the lapping doesn't even work. I'm now just in first place again. Yes, at this point you can tell that I've sort of stopped taking the game seriously because it's not a fun game. It's clear to me that it's not a fun game. I gave up, okay? The illusion is broken. The suspension, the disbelief has been suspended. Wait, my disbelief is no longer suspended. I've given up. And unfortunately, when I do that to a game, usually what it means is I just start complaining. So here's me complaining about a bunch of frivolous things. I'm sorry, this is just a hot take. But if your game has pop-in like that, I don't want to play it. If you cannot be bothered to just like have it load for an extra 1 second on the loading screen, what, like, no. Look what that, do you see what that guy did? What kind of aim was that? What's your goal there? It also seems like if you go out of the map, like, so I'm pretty far behind him right now. Look at this. If I go out of the map, it does just spawn you at the back of the pack, and now like I'm in 4th again as opposed to being in a distant 5th. Look at that. What's going on now? Wait, what's going on? Hello? Another pet peeve, it doesn't let you go as fast backwards as it does forwards, which is annoying. Makes me feel babied, and I want to feel babied. I want to feel strong. Oh, not another one of these. Oh, I don't think I like this game at all. And that's that, you know. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you get a $2 game and it rules like we did last time. Sometimes you get a $2 game and it drools like we did this time. So enough of Overlanders. What's the second game I found this week? You know, people say about Animus is if you've been wanting Skyrim on the Switch, buy Skyrim and don't buy Animus. This game is called Animus. The description for this game on the eShop goes like this. Animus places the gamer into the role of a solitary warrior who must fight his way through a dark and desolate world full of horrific monsters. This game also came out in 2019, and it is a mobile port. There's a lot of those on the Switch. This is a game that was on a phone, and then they said, let's take it off the phone and put it onto a Switch. Okay, Animus, here we go. It's amazing that anybody likes any fantasy things at all, because the sign-up fee is so dense. You have to use so much brain. You have to use the same amount of brain power to get into fantasy stuff as you do to actually learn history, because you're just learning history, but it's just, you know, made up. Now, the gameplay of this game is it's very much Dark Souls, right? So if you've played Dark Souls, you know that game sort of feels like the gaming equivalent of sucking peanut butter through a tiny straw. Your breathing gets really shallow and you get really excited and your whole body is tense. And then you finally beat a boss and it's, you know, it's like coming in your jeans or whatever. Listen, we're all adults here. It's fine. Hopefully. Yeah, this is just Dark Souls, which I'm not against. I like Dark Souls, but it's a bold move to put this on a console that has Dark Souls, you know? Wow, I just got absolutely decimated. Okay. Right now I'm using a sword shield situation, but I might, maybe we'll do some great sword action. Look at how big these weapons are. Oh, this one's not so big. But actually, in real life, I mean, think of that. If someone was walking up to you with that on the street, you'd be like, that's a huge, he came at me with a huge sword. That's what you would tell the police. Little do you know. Wow, he does not take a lot of damage. Maybe I got hit him in the, yeah, I got hit him in the rear. All I gotta do is just not let him hit me. It's not complicated. I do think this game is more technically well put together than Overlanders was. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily. It's just there's nothing at all that stands out or is a reason to play it. It's like the type of game that the only time you need to play it is if like you downloaded it on your iPad but then you spent too much money on Roblox, so your mom took the iPad, the iTunes store password away from you, so you can't download anything else. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Not every $2 game can be a shiner. You've done well, but much more suffering awaits you. Thanks for that. Done well, but much more suffering awaits. Okay, thanks. What are you, my dad? That's just a joke. My dad would never say something like that. Get wrecked. Second of all, third of all, what is going on with this grass? Why is there... this is the funny thing, though, is like the tutorial. Did you see what that tutorial said? They just pop up every like 20 seconds. They just give you a tip. I guess to avoid the thing where you're playing Dark Souls and you're like, I don't know anything, I don't know what to do, I'm lost. So it's just a constant tutorial. But it was just middle of the boss fight. It was just like, hey, here's how rarity of items works. D sucks, C sucks less, B is okay, A is good. How'd they come up with that system? Elementary school? This game is fine. This is just a game that's... You make this game when you know how to make games, but not good enough to make it good. But you will make a good game eventually, you know. Have you played either of these games? If so, let me know down in the comments if you think either of them are good, because I do not. But that's okay, we can disagree. That's the way this works. I hope you enjoyed another trip down $2 Switch eShop lane. If you did enjoy that, please leave a comment saying I enjoyed this video and I would like you to make more. If you did not enjoy the video, please do not say that you did in the comments, because if you say that you did, I'm gonna make them more. And if you didn't enjoy it, I don't want to make more, because I want to make things you enjoy, because I'm here for you. You can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, sort of. I also make music in my free time, and on that note, I will bid you adieu and say, please enjoy the song today. See you next time on my channel. I just had a really weird idea. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in the video. Dark Souls game, but all the enemies are just human children. I don't know about you, but anytime I go to the zoo, if I see a gorilla, I have two thoughts. Number one, something feels very wrong about where this gorilla is. And number two, I feel very emasculated.